Hey there, and welcome to a new Leagues video, which supposedly I kind of wanted to release them week by week, but yeah, I've been AFKing a lot of woodcutting, and I thought, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna do a lot of things because eventually I'm gonna go back to actually AFKing and I'm gonna need to AFK, and yeah, I AFK'd quite a little bit of tick. I'm like 25 million experience away from 200 mil, so the pet is basically guaranteed. Regardless, I kinda wanted to get like a move on and, you know, start doing things again, especially when it came to a lot of the demonic packs and everything, because I'm falling behind in the league quite a bit and I do want to like experience at least like, you know, the mithril trophy, which is usually what I gain for, yeah, that's not happening if I just sit there and, you know, spend a week AFKing with carrying, especially when later on I'm gonna be able to AFK it better anyway, especially with more XP. So I decided to grab my stuff and finally get going and finally, you know, just start actually doing things. Now, I kinda wanted to stay in Valor more for a little while, you know, to try and get done as many tasks as I could. So first things first, I decided to go and get a demonic pact here, just by doing the Huey Cuddle. I have a lot of help and I got the hides in the first kill. Basically free pact that they introduced like the second week or something, yeah, because I just want to start getting going on the pacts. I already have like the healing from the water and everything. Now this one gives you prayer points every time you regenerate air runes. So a wrath spell generates 10, means like 150, or not 10, it's 7, but still, whatever. Then later on I decided to go and do some more tasks in Valormore to unlock the tier 6 relic, and finally I decided, you know what, tier 6 is basically midway through the league, and I'm gonna unlock the regions as well. Now Grimoire to me is completely irrelevant, water spells, rough runes, just do everything. Eternal Sunsness doesn't matter because water, so really Killing Spree is like the only actual viable option to be picked here, and it's also the one that helps me the most because I'm gonna need a lot of upgrades. And as I mentioned, I'm kinda like done with, I mean I'm not done, there's a lot of things that I could do in Valormore here still, but I decided, you know what, let's get to Karengia, get some more easy demonic pacts, and I also have an extra region. Now, I wanted to experience everything these leagues, that's why I'm going the mage build, which ironically is also the strongest, and the only two regions that I have not experienced are Mauritania and Fremennik and Valormore. We started in Valormore, free region, so we get a free region to pick from, and Kandarin, because of my magic build, is basically a best. Like, this is just gonna make my magic build so much more overpowered. If you're going magic, Kandarin is kind of like what you need to do all of the upgrades, the Trident, the Shadow Flame Quadrant and everything. You know, there's just way too much there to pass up. After unlocking it, I decided to then go and do some demonic pacts, get myself an anti-dragon shield that you can buy from a Slayer Master, kill a steel dragon, easy demonic pact point, although my accuracy, as you can see, is not exactly the best while killing the steel dragon, but yes, we're finally like start, you know, going with the demonic points. Yeah, Tsars are also another demonic pact, so that's pretty good. Yeah, so we have 2 to spend, which we will spend on making ourselves a 3-tick powered staff. So I decided to go through the right. Later on I'm gonna reset this anyway to make like the perfect build, but this is gonna make our normal spells 3-tick, which you know, like it's gonna be really good. I mean, just look at that speed. Later on, and to basically complete the upgrades, I decided to get myself a full set of mystics, because I got 99 magic from transmutation for free. This is like the first proper magic gear that I actually have. I was naked up until this point, so that's huge. Then mithril dragons to get another demonic pact, and I feel bad from like sniping a mithril dragon here, but you have no idea, they were busy, like they were proper busy, they were like full. Every world was just bunch of people killing them, so it was a bit rough and I had to like steal a mithril dragon, but it was only one for the demonic pact point. In terms of what I ended up choosing, I ended up going for the 25% accuracy because there's another accuracy node later on. I don't want to use a lot of other different combat styles, so basically the more accuracy I have, the better it is for me. Especially because I'm gonna start doing combat now that I have Kenderin, because I actually have access to Slayer. And I got essentially black dragons. I got blue dragons and then I got black dragons, and they were like really good because there were a lot of Slayer XP, like a lot of Slayer XP. I went from level 1 Slayer to, you know, as you can see, level 67 by just doing this. It was like a huge boost. And I think I ended up with 70 something Slayer at the end. This is 100 combat, just, you know, casting on defensive, getting a bunch of XP. And then eventually I decided for another pact, you know, I mean, I have a 3-tick water thing, so that heals me as well on top of that. So I'm just gonna get my Fire Cape, free demonic pact. Water is also OP against Tsar creatures, so yeah. I didn't get the pet, but that's because I already have the pet from another league, a 1kc pet, ironically, so yeah, I got pretty lucky with that, so I don't need to worry about it. But yes, we got another demonic pact, and I started to actually go to the right side here, because I want some prior penetration to do demonic gorillas and whatnot before I inevitably reset, because again, like, my pacts are not like the most perfect, but I have a lot of resets. So speaking of gorillas, I went to defeat one at least, to get yet another demonic pact, because again, like, we're getting into the point of the account where we're gonna be doing a lot of combat, so yeah, another point there. That right side is also gonna give us eventually over 100% regeneration, which means that we're gonna be healing every single spell that we do, because right now we don't have that. This is the first superior that we got. I got another superior right after, because you have like a 50% chance of getting another superior after killing one. And this gave us a Dust Battle Staff, which, believe it or not, is an upgrade. And it's like the first proper staff. I was using like a normal staff, like a staff of water, up until this point. So yeah, basically now that we're doing PVM is where the upgrades are starting to come in. Then I decided to do the most crazy thing. As you can see, my Slayer level is 87. I decided to do, no joke, 5 or 6 Jads, which took me like 5 hours. At least they were super easy, but took me like 5 hours because each Jad is 400k XP as a drop. So essentially, in order to get to Kraken and in order to like get my Trident, you know, and get some more demonic pacts, I just did a bunch of Jads and I ended up with 88 Slayer. And then obviously gave Kraken, and this is gonna give us our Trident, which ironically during the first task we actually did not get. We got a lot of tentacles. We got like 5 tentacles, but we did not actually get any of our Trident in the first task. Yeah, but basically I got another demonic pact for killing Kraken at least 50 times. So that's another notch on, I think it's an accuracy one that I'm gonna get, because yeah, like, oh, it's the first prayer pen, right? So this is the first prayer pen node, which is gonna help us down the line. Trust me, it's gonna help us quite a bit. Because I completed the Kraken task and didn't get any Trident, but got the Tentacle, I decided to come here because the Abyssal Tentacle, I mean, the Abyssal Whip is a task, like 200 points. The Tentacle is a task and the Demonic Pact, if I'm not mistaken, so I decided to come to the Abyss. And let me just tell you, the leeches in this place are so goddamn annoying. Until you lose aggro, like the 15-minute aggro that you have, the leeches will actually snipe you, like they will actually PJ you from the Abyssal Demons, especially because the Abyssal Demons like teleport you. It's like the most annoying. I was actually tilting just by being in this place. Like, I don't know why the leeches have such a huge range, and the leeches just like straight up gun for you. Like, they don't care, you know. If they can attack you, they will try and attack you. It's like the most annoying thing ever. Thankfully we didn't go dry on our whip. We got like 150 or 140 KC, we had plenty of tentacles, so we made our tentacle, and that is 200 points and another demonic pact, and with these we actually achieve 110% regeneration rate, meaning that every spell that we do right now is gonna regenerate both prayer and HP. So basically, in terms of PVM, it's online. Then I went to Moons of Peril to get a item so I could get another pact. Then let me tell you, I was doing solely magic here, and magic only here with 100% regeneration, you never die. But you're taking like 20 minutes to 30 minutes per run. This took me hours to get because unfortunately I didn't get lucky, I didn't get spooned, so it took me 8 chests, which took me like legit 4 hours to get. Thankfully it is another upgrade, a small one, but an upgrade nonetheless, which is really nice. But that is another demonic pact, and I will go into some more prayer penetration because it's needed. However, first and foremost, before more prayer penetration, we really need more accuracy, and 50% accuracy there is gonna be huge, because basically I'm picking accuracy here because I did Moons of Peril without accuracy full mage. I was healing, I was surviving, but god, it took so long to do them. So I was like, yeah, no, I really need accuracy if I'm not gonna like spec into anything else. Eventually, at the beginning of the second task of my Kraken task, I got a Trident, which is an upgrade in terms of weapons, but more importantly, well, we got a pact, and we gotta make our Trident 1 tick. So now we have a 1 tick Trident. It's still not the best, because it can't regenerate runes or anything like that, but this thing is like insane, like literally insane. 1 tick Trident is like some of the best content I've seen. This is like 1 tick blowpipe levels of, you know, madness, except it's a Trident, so it's stronger because it's magic. I mean, look at this, like, it's not even the thing is, you can't even AFK Kraken anymore because the kills just go so fast. Literally, like, you're taking, I mean, Kraken is already a pretty fast boss. This makes it so you take literally 10-20 seconds per kill. I mean, just look at that. You know, 18 seconds. This was on the slower side, but yeah, basically full charges because I have full regeneration, so basically I just have an infinite 1 tick Trident, which is amazing, honestly. It beats the 1 tick blowpipe in my humble opinion. Then, in my pursuit to get more demonic pacts, I decided to complete the Art of Darkness to go to Amoxyotl. Now that I have a 1 tick Trident, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty confident damage-wise to take the boss on, and the boss was honestly kind of easy. It was kind of annoying because of the thing that spawns on the ground that you need the pickaxe for, but yeah, I mean, pretty easy boss. As you can see, the Trident is just like completely frying there, especially with the added accuracy on top of it all. I actually got pretty spooned here, 15 KC for the Echo Orb, and obviously now that we have the Orb, I mean, we gotta try the boss. And this is my first experience with the Echo Amoxyotl. Yeah, I think it's fair to say it did not go that well. I died like 3 or 4 more times, and one of the things that this boss is really annoying is the normal attack and the ground attack kind of look the same, so sometimes I confuse them because they just mix together super well. But yeah, eventually I learned how to do this boss, and let me just say, this boss is actually quite fun. Unfortunately, if you have bad internet, this boss is gonna completely fucking suck. But outside of that, the boss is actually quite fun, and it requires quite a lot of attention. But it's super simple, like basically you get in a rhythm, and after you get in a rhythm, the boss is just kind of easy. You just attack, move, attack, move, attack, move, and you just gotta trust that you're not gonna take damage. Like, this is the type of boss that you gotta trust your instinct that you know the mechanic and you know how to dodge it, and you know that you're gonna dodge it. Rather than just reacting to things. Because if you do that, the boss is honestly just very easy. It's also super click intensive, but it's overall very easy. This is my first actual Amoxyotl kill that I got right, where at the first phase I'm like using the normal Trident to sustain some prayer and some of the damage that is happening to me, but obviously later on I'm just gonna use the Trident because it makes the boss fight way easier. and down it goes. So now that I knew I could defeat the unique echo bosses, that's what I'm gonna farm. But first, we got a demonic pact, and this one I am like fairly certain that I'm gonna keep pursuing the prayer pen. It's just like the... Oh, right, I kind of forgot that the boss respawned. I thought, oh yeah, I killed it, it's an echo boss, it's not, it respawns. I forgot about that. Unnecessary death, but yeah. Anyway, now that we're back, basically the two nodes that I want to get next are a bit of prayer penetration and the trident just regenerating water runes, because currently my trident doesn't, so I can actually heal, even if it's not a huge amount. But yeah, I basically, now that I know I can do the boss, and look at how clean the movement is. I mean, just look at the moves, super simple, super done, and I actually got spooned on this 15 KC, and we got the weapons, which is another pact. I also got the orb at 15 KC, so this boss was 15 KC for the orb, 15 KC for the weapons. Not that I'm gonna use the weapons, but hey, it's a demonic pact. And since it's a demonic pact, whenever you regenerate charges from a powered staff, you regenerate one water rune, so we're gonna be able to heal from using our trident. It's not like amazing or anything like that, but it's a pretty decent sustain all things considered, and then later on I'm gonna get the air one for the prayer. Then I decided to come into the Jad challenges, which they're pretty easy in my opinion, except like 4+. 4+ it's when it starts getting like really bad for me. But yeah, I only need a third one for a demonic pact, so this is basically it. As you can see, like the healing from the trident is not like amazing, you just heal 1, 1, 2, 1, but it's pretty decent sustain all things considered if you're not taking like a lot of damage. So yeah, that gave us another demonic pact that we're gonna put basically very quickly on regenerating air runes as well, so we can also regenerate some prayer when using the trident. I actually kinda regret this choice because you really don't regenerate all that much. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest, you barely regenerate any prayer at all. Like, I cannot sustain prayer with the trident, but again, it doesn't really matter because I'm gonna end up resetting everything later on anyway. So yeah, I mean, the pacts are not looking all that bad now. Yeah, for some reason I decided to attempt the rest of the Jad challenges. I did the 4th one, I couldn't do the 5th one, but yeah, this is actually pretty funny, because the trident is one tick. Technically speaking, what's happening is that I'm tick-eating every single attack from Jad, so whenever Jad attacks me and technically kills me, my trident is just like tick-eating the damage. It's actually kind of funny because it's a one-tick weapon and it's regenerating, you know, heal at every point. So yeah, I just kind of found that funny because I was just sitting there like, oh, okay, so I'm just not dying, I guess. But yeah, eventually you actually do die, obviously. But yeah, I don't know, I just found it kind of funny. Then I ended up going to do more Kraken, and as you can see, we hit level 93 Slayer, which is what we need for the Thermonuclear Smoke Devil. So since we have the level now, I decided to take a gander there. And I mean, the sustain of the staff here is actually, or the trident rather, is actually not enough. Like, sometimes the boss does damage you quite a bit. But yeah, we got the orb at 35 KC, we didn't get anything else, just the orb, meaning we're going to attempt a boss. And basically this boss is, as you can see, like, you have the these like red orb things, and they do range damage, and then these blue ones do magic damage. And the way that this boss works is basically, if you stand in the circle, it mitigates 50% of the damage, and if you're praying correctly, it mitigates 50%. So by praying correctly and standing on the circle, you mitigate 100% of the damage. So there, I didn't take damage, there I didn't take damage because I was both praying and doing or being on the circle. And essentially that's kind of how the boss goes, and the boss goes sort of like in 4 phases where like, or rather like, you have this circle and it attacks with 3 ranged attacks, 3 magic attacks, 3 ranged attacks, 3 magic attacks, and then after 50% of HP, the boss kind of like changes and it gets like stuck on, you know, magic ranged magic or ranged magic ranged throughout the entire like rotation, and then at the end of the rotation the last attack you did is the attack that the boss is gonna pray against. That's why I brought a bow, although thankfully to me anyway, I just kind of like have prayer pants, so that helps. And on top of that, I use the staff to basically regenerate. As you can see, I did kill it first try after watching a guy. The staff regeneration is just so OP, they can just focus on basically being on the circle, the correct circle, and just deal through the rest of the damage. So yeah, basically that's the first kill, and that's another demonic pact that I got. And I'm gonna put it on prayer penetration because especially at this boss it came in super handy, because sometimes I was being greedy with damage, and at the end of the phase basically, if you don't know, here, like when he's doing this charge attack, basically if you are close to the boss, what ends happening is that you get you know, dealt a lot of damage, so you have to run away basically. And yeah, that's the occult at 4 KC of the Echo boss, which actually is another demonic pact and a huge magic upgrade. Like I really needed this because I did not have any like glory or anything like that, a fury, I didn't have any of that. Because I was doing this boss and because later on I'm gonna do Demonic Aurelius, I decided to put one more on prayer penetration. Again, I'm gonna reset eventually anyway, so I'm not like super concerned with the build right now. But yeah, as you can see here, I'm already like using the trident for everything and the kills are becoming way faster, because the kills were like 3 minutes each. Unfortunately, the first echo weapon that we got was the element, not the quadrant, which is a bit of a shame, but still, that's another task done, and we keep killing until we get the item that we need. And as you can see here, yeah, basically the PD rate is 50 KC, and I went to the PD rate for the quadrant. A bit of a shame, but still, the kills actually started becoming way faster, and I started to actually like do all of the mechanics, and just exclusively using the trident, because if I do all of the mechanics I don't take damage, if I don't take damage I can use the trident because the sustain doesn't really matter too much, and basically the kills just go by way faster. Unfortunately that means that it's super click intensive. Like this boss was honestly like really challenging, it was really fun. I would say it's more challenging than Amoxyotl, in my opinion, Echo Amoxyotl, because it involves a lot more stuff, and it's actually challenging. But yeah, like it's super click intensive. But as you can see, like the boss is going super easy, and now that it's 50% HP, because it's gonna start on magic, it's gonna do magic ranged magic for the rest of the kill. And finally, yeah, you can see a little bit of frustration, but we got the Shadow Flame Quadrant, which is huge because the weapon itself is like a massive upgrade from the Dust Battle stuff, obviously. You know, 15% magic damage is like huge, and the thing about it is that it always attacks twice. So it attacks twice, where the second attack deals 40% damage of the first one. So basically I'm attacking twice every 3 ticks, which is like huge for like wrath spells and especially water spells, which I'm gonna be used to sustain. Look at that, look at the beauty. A pew. And obviously because of the prayer penetration I decided to come to Gorillas, and yeah, I wasn't recording because I was like, oh, I'm only gonna do a few kills, and you know, that's it. And I got a Zenite pretty early on, so I'm mostly just gonna get 2. One for the Tormented Bracelet and another for the Ring of Recoil, because I'm gonna end up going Thorns when I respec. And yeah, I mean, look at the sustain there, you know, like I don't need to do anything literally, I just sit there, I tank damage, it literally does not matter, I don't need to dodge anything, do anything. And yes, the prayer penetration really does help there, but we did get the Zenite finally. And that's where I'm gonna leave it, because I am quite behind on things and I still am like doing other things. So yeah, that's about it. But we're so like close to actually unlocking Mauritania and basically getting as strong as we can get.